Good afternoon, folks. Rick Jaffoon, and I'm coming to you from the town of New Hartford in upstate New York. Now, New Hartford is a suburb of the city of Utica. We're located about 2 miles south of the city of Utica. And what I'm going to talk to you today is about the railroads. Once upon a time, there were 3 railroads that came through this town. The Erie-Lackawanna, the New York, Ontario and Western, and the West Shore Railroad. Utica, at the time of the height of our rail system, Utica had the largest Union Station east of Chicago. There were 17 railroads that connected into our Union Station. Today, I think there are 4. But of all those railroads, 3 of them came right here through New Hartford. The one we are standing on now is the old New York, Ontario and Western. This went out of business in March of 1957. And when this railroad ceased operation, it put 450 Americans out of work. Part of this line today is still used by the New York, Susquehanna and Western, which is part of the Delaware and Otsego Railroad out of Cooperstown, New York. Now, during the height of our rail, it got to be about right up through the end of World War II, our rails reached their peak. After the Second World War, 3 things began to erode our rail systems. Number 1, the family car. With people earning better salaries, the family car became a common sight in everyone's driveway. Number 2, air traffic, air travel. With cheaper prices, people could now take airplanes where they took trains. And 3, the biggest thing that eroded our rail systems was the tractor trailer. These things could move freight faster and to right to the location, eliminating different freight houses and different things. But during the height of our rails, leading right up to World War II, these the rails were the big kid on the block. After the war, they slowly began to disappear. By 1960, a good portion of the small independent rails had either gone bankrupt or been taken over by larger systems that tried to keep them going. About 1960, our government took over all the railroads. They put it all under one roof, calling it Consolidated Rail or Conrail. Well, for once, something our government did work because it seemed to save these railroads. And today they seem to be holding their own. Now, of the 3 that came up through New Hartford, there's only 1 left. The New York, Ontario, and the New York, Susquehanna and Western is the only one left that comes through here. Now, the railroad that they replaced, that we are standing on, the New York, Ontario and Western, which was nicknamed the Old and Weary in its later years. This railroad here basically ran right parallel with the old Shenango Canal. This closed the Shenango Canal because the railroads eventually put them out of business. But what you're looking at over there is the remains of the old Shenango Canal. This railroad today now is used by, like I said, the Delaware and Otsego own it, and they use a little bit of it to move freight and stuff. But most of the big rail movement is gone. I mean, there is a little passenger service and a little thing. And like I said earlier, thank God our government saved it because rails are part of our history. And, well, I'm Rick Jaffoon, and that's about it. I'm not going to say too much more about it. I'd like to say hello to a couple friends of mine up in Salem, Oregon. Hi, Dave. Hi, Anna. Hey, Anna, I got something nice coming for you. Thanks an awful lot, and we'll talk to you later.